What's up, y'all? It's Cash said it back again with another video, and let's get straight into it. Y'all see the title? And we really is finna get straight into it this video. I know y'all wondering, man, who is Bobbbi Althoff? I know y'all probably don't know how to pronounce her name. I thought it was Bobbie Althoff, but it's Bobbbi Althoff. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I think she an industry plant. I don't know if y'all do. The woman that's got all the Drake interviews, and she was on an interview with Funny Marco and even Lil Yachty, and she got an upcoming interview with Tyga. And it all just screams industry plant. I know she started popping up on y'all TikToks, just like my For You page in 2023. Just this summer in June, she started popping up on my For You page with the interviews and the dry humor and all this and that. But I know we all wondering, like, I don't really see no grind. And usually with these type of people, you see like a grind first. How you get a Drake interview and I ain't even see no grind? I mean, obviously she's probably been hustling, had a job or anything. I don't know this woman, so I don't know if she had a job or anything like that. But it has been seen that she's been popular on TikTok for a while, and she had millions of followers before the interviews. And she did like mommy type of content, like mommy content and like kid content, like stuff like that. But how does kid content and dry humor get you in a room with Drake? The man that does not do any interviews, even with popular interviewers like Gillian Wallow or academics or anybody like that. Drake just does not do interviews, but Drake will get in a room with her. Now, I know what y'all thinking, man. Kind of feel like you hating. Guess what? I might be a hater. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I might be a hater. I ain't gonna lie. Cause I'm really wondering, like, where did she come from? She just randomly started popping up on my For You page like crazy with these dry humor videos. And I'm just like, yeah, this is kind of funny. I can see how people find this funny. Like, I'm laughing at some of them, I ain't gonna lie. Especially the one Funny Marco. That one was hilarious, okay? But the one with Drake, it was cringe. And Lil Yachty on it. I mean, Drake and Lil Yachty friends. So they was probably like, hey, we both pit our nails. Hey, let's do the interview. Yeah, I like her, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But if we're going to be calling people like Lil Pump or Ice Spice energy plants, then we got to give the same energy with the Bobbbi Althoff, because she came out of nowhere. She only got like 5 YouTube videos on her channel, and she already had like about to hit 1 million subscribers, got millions on TikTok. I think she got the millions on TikTok before with the mommy content, but I'm really not sure. But I'm finna show y'all. We finna dig into this real quick. Y'all gonna be with me, and we gonna dig in this together. Let's go. So just to give y'all a little breakdown of who she is and how her followers is coming. On TikTok, she got 5.3 million followers and like 180 million likes on TikTok, okay? And on Instagram, she got 1.5 million followers. And she's the host of the Really Good podcast. That's her podcast where she's doing the dry humor. And she got Drake, Lil Yachty, about to get Tyga on there. And she even got Funny Marco on there. And she even got Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban. Now, I don't know if Mark Cuban, Hollywood or whatever, but I know he like a millionaire, billionaire. And he up there with like the higher ups, okay? That man on the Bobbbi Althoff interview, I mean, Drake was more surprising than him, but still. All right, but let's move on. Okay, I told you I'm going to give you a little breakdown of who she was before, like, the podcasting. So, it said that at first she was posting mom content regularly before interviewing, like, all the rappers and stuff, right? And she's, like, 26 years old, and she be posting videos on TikTok since 2021. It's 2023 right now. So since 2021, okay, maybe she did have a mill on TikTok. On TikTok, it ain't really that hard to get a mill if you feel me. You know what you're doing. You know the formula. Now, I ain't gonna say it ain't hard, but I got like 50K on there, and I don't even know how. So it's not that hard depending on what you're doing. So mom content, I can see that hitting the mill. But it says that when she was first posting TikToks, she mainly surrounded her content around children and her pregnancy experiences. Now, the only thing I'm wondering is I've never seen any of these mommy or pregnancy experiences on my For You page ever. Now, I'm not a mom and I never had kids, so maybe it's just not on my For You page because I never liked content around that. But also the podcast stuff started popping up, and I never seen her podcast and the Funny Marco stuff. Like, yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it's some industry plant type of stuff. I smell it. I know an industry plant when I smell one, okay? Now, it says right here, an industry plant is someone who is meticulously planned, primed, and launched by the industry to be a star. Unlike an organic artist, somebody that blows up organically, that may have to have a hit song or whatever, an industry plant is someone who leaders choose ahead of time to prep to be a star. Now, I'm just like, y'all, I'm in the blind. I don't know. I don't know if she was prepped to be a star, but that's just kind of how it seemed because she got a Drake interview within a month of her podcasting career. So the reason people think she's an industry plant is because she didn't really have a background in podcast hosting, and she had a very impressive boost first start. I mean, she has Drake. Like, Drake? Come on, Soulja Boy. But I told y'all we on a detective timing, okay? Now we finna get into this. Now, I'm like on some Bruce Wayne detective type of stuff. It's Batman K. It's Batman K. I'm a Spider-Man fan, but you know what I'm saying? Let's dig into this. It says that Bobbbi Althoff was open about her decision to shift out of the mom content she was doing on TikTok. She said in an interview that she stopped deciding to post her children on TikTok because she wanted to avoid having her children someday read the mean comments and being on the internet. And it also says she will often avoid using her real kids' names. She would give them like nicknames like Concrete and Richard to avoid social media using their real names. And that makes sense. That makes sense, okay? I'm gonna applaud her for that because you don't want to be famous off your kids, and your kids, like, they babies and they can't even eat off of it. I mean, they is eating off of it because whatever money you make, you're gonna give to them, or I would hope so. But it's like you don't want to be famous for your kids. You want people saying stuff about your kids because there could be a million great comments, but it might be those 5 bad comments that you read and you really got a bad feeling about it, and you don't want your kids feeling bad about it. So now we know how she shifted out of the mom content, because she started with the mom content, blew up off of that, and then she kind of slowly transitioned, I guess, or quickly transitioned, I guess you could say. Now it says here that Bobbbi Althoff posted her first interview on her TikTok in April 2023 with actress Jenna Marshall from Pretty Little Liars. I don't know who that is. I don't watch Pretty Little Liars. But Althoff jokingly referred to her as an extra on the show. So you know that dry humor she be doing? You're an extra. She probably did some of that, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't even find an interview on YouTube or nothing like that. So I don't know if it's still there. She deleted it or whatever. But that's the first interview she posted on TikTok in April. So it's still a fast, even from April, it's still a fast blow up. Going from April to having a Pretty Little Liars star, going to Drake like 2 months later is wild. It's insane. Now, off the information I've given y'all and that I found myself, I'm really still unsure if she an industry plant or not, because you could just never really tell with these type of people. But it's still leaning towards industry plant to me, because it's just like such a quick, fast blow up. But here's 3 reasons where she might not be an industry plant. She already had an online presence as a mom TikToker beginning in like 2020, 2021, that range. And in March 2023, it said in an article that described her as having 3.6 million followers on TikTok. So in March, she had millions of followers on TikTok already. Now, this third reason that she might not be an industry plant, I don't know. It might kind of lean towards she might be an industry plant, because I don't know how this works, but somebody got to put me on game in the comment section. It says she got signed by WME, a legitimate and prestigious talent agency. Now, it doesn't say what time frame this was, so I can't really pinpoint it on when she was blowing up and podcasting or not. But, hey, they said that little quiet, dry humor is a talent. So, hey, we're going to go with it. It is kind of funny sometimes. I'm not going to cap to you. So, I basically just gave out a little rundown of, like, the beginning of her career to now. So, it's still kind of hard to gauge it, man. Ooh, why is it so hard to say who an industry plant is? Because people still think Ice Spice is an industry plant. And I still don't know, because she was with Drake and Lil TJ. But Lil TJ from New York. So, okay, that's a different video, okay? But Bobbbi Althoff, I am on to you. I'm on your head top. I just don't have the resources to provide it. But she got 539K subscribers. And her first like video that is still on her account is like 2 months ago, like early June. And he was a nobody. I mean, I don't know who this man is. Actor Rick Glassman. Okay, he could be a somebody. I just really don't know. His interview got like the lowest views at every interview she got. Like, that's really the weird thing about it though. She has 539K subscribers, only 11 videos. I don't know if she deleted any, so I can't pinpoint if she deleted any or not, because it did say her first interview was with like that Pretty Little Liars actor, but it was posted on TikTok back in like April. But her first podcast that's on her YouTube channel still is this Rick Glassman guy. He has the lowest views on here. Didn't even hit a mil. And it was the oldest interview on here, made 2 months ago. Now, if you've been on TikTok, you know it's the Funny Marco interview that really blew her up. So it's really Funny Marco. It's not the Rick Glassman guy. So her second interview on her YouTube is Funny Marco, which has 3 mil in just like a little over a month. So if we gauge it like this real quick, okay, I'm going to give you like a little eye exam test. Her first interview, Rick Glassman, kind of a nobody. I'm sorry, man. All respect to you, man. You made it on the Bobbbi Althoff, okay? You made it on a viral platform. And then second, Funny Marco blew her up 1 month ago. That's like June, okay? That's like June. Now, then she had Armani White, kind of a nobody too. Didn't get that many views. Then right after that, she has Drake. How you go from Funny Marco to Armani White to Drake? Like, that's just crazy. That's about to hit 10 mil. And then she went from Drake to Lil Yachty. I can kind of understand how that happened, because Drake and Lil Yachty are friends. So Drake was probably like, yeah, I went on an interview. Lil Yachty, you should too. They both paint their nails. Brothers in arms. So we go Rick Glassman, Funny Marco, Armani White, Drake, Lil Yachty, Mark Cuban, and now Tyga. Now, we know how the Tyga thing happened, because if you've seen the clip, Drake brought up Tyga and like his interview, or like she brought up Tyga because she thought one of Drake's songs was Tyga or something like that, and then now Tyga's on the podcast, okay? But it's like, how would she get, like, how do all these people want to get on the pod? We haven't seen interviews from some of these people in years. We haven't heard Tyga since Taste, can I get a okay, I'm sorry, I ain't even trying to rap for y'all, but Drake has not been on an interview in like when for, if you a Drake fan, you looking at the interviews from like 2012 when he was bald-headed, awkward Drake still, when he was like fresh off of Degrassi in the wheelchair, okay? A recovery. But we ain't talking about no Funny Marco to Drake. How we go from Funny Marco to Drake? Now, Funny Marco a big guy. Hey, Funny Marco W, man. I be laughing at all your videos. You a big W. Funny Marco, you put her on the map. Now, how did she get in touch with Funny Marco? I don't know. That just happened, okay? I guess like Bobbbi Althoff got the dry humor, so Funny Marco thought he would be a good combination with her, which he was, because that podcast is mad funny. The only way we can figure out if she an industry player or not, if Funny Marco comes out and talks about how he got in touch with her in the first place, and then if Drake reaches out and says like, yeah, this is how we got in contact. Because how, like Drake, you see Funny Marco on the podcast, you like, oh, I want to get on that. Funny Marco was the deal breaker for you. So Funny Marco, you need to start hopping on everything, and then Drake might hop on after you, because he seems like he wants his seconds, okay? He wants his sloppy seconds. I know y'all seen that interview too with Drake and Bobbbi Althoff. Like, Drake is so sassy. Like, he's so sassy. Not to mention, I think it's Bobbbi Althoff. Like, she married or whatever, and she laying in bed with Drake. And now, you know, Drake is notorious for, like, piping out like people's wives or girlfriends. I mean, Bobbbi Althoff, she not in the culture, so I don't know if she let that get to her. She probably barely know who Drake is. She probably still know him by the wheelchair kid from Degrassi. She probably like, Aubrey, but I wouldn't let my wife. I don't care if she interviewing or not. You're not laying in the bed under the covers of Drake and, like, you know what I'm saying, talking about y'all lives and having dry humor, and then he called you the THOT. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, both sipping on martinis. Like, I'm sorry, Drake, you light skinned and you mad awkward and corny and cringy sometimes, but hey, I love your music. W music, man. W music. Drop an album, okay? Next week, I need you, buddy. But it's like, Drake, you not laying in for me with my Bobbbi Althoff. Hey, you loyal. You loyal, okay? You get a pass. But if I had to dumb it down and choose, is Bobbbi Althoff an industry plant, just off of my synopsis and the information that we have gathered so far, I'm not going to cap Bobbbi Althoff. You might got to get in that industry plant pack, okay? It is busting. I'm sorry. I'm smelling industry plant from a mile away. Over here. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just smelling industry plant. It's just like from June. You really blew up in June. And then you went from Drake to Lil Yachty. All of the month of like June, July, August. Like I don't know, man. It's just kind of wild. Like Drake, Aubrey, Graham, Kiki, Do You Love Me? Sicko Mode. I mean, I don't know what to say, man. Hey, y'all decide for yourselves. Y'all let me know in the comments. And hey, Bobbbi Althoff, you doing your thing. You funny, girl. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, I'm glad you bring something different to the podcast space. It's dry. I mean, some people do dry humor like Funny Marco kind of do, but you really, you know what I'm saying? You do, like, you bring a different culture to it. And hey, props to her. No hate on her. If she an industry player or not, it don't matter. It's a whole bunch of industry players in the rap industry, so I really don't care if they got one in the YouTube or podcast or TikTok industry. It's whatever. I cannot go a day without seeing her on my TikTok For You page, and neither can y'all. But W's to her, man. She funny. She got good content. She got Drake out of hiding. She gave us a Drake interview. We got to see how Drake really is. Like, Drake wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? She got Drake with the freshly painted nails, the acrylics on the interview. Like, we can't really get that. So, hey, big ups to her, man. She doing her thing. She grinding. Whether she an industry planner or not, it didn't really matter. If any more information come out about this, like some key information, which it probably won't, because nobody's going to say anything most likely, but let me know how you feel in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Debate, argue, talk to me, and I'm out.
I can't do this, baby, I can't do this. My bitch scary, why she sneaky like a newest? I'm my own, why this bitch done left me clueless? Stupid bitch, you fooling, I'ma leave her useless. She said no, I ain't seen, but then she turned into a Judas. This bitch don't speak no English, but in her heartbeat she be fluent. Like, hold up, I might lose it. My new bitch, she the cutest. One day she my teacher, then the next day she the student. Like, one day she my teacher, then the next